The lesson for this video is fuck the time it takes. Time does not exist, okay? Whenever I set a goal out for myself, I've had a bad habit of putting a time frame on these goals that I set out, right? And what that does is not only does it allow me to neglect the process and the journey on the way there, which is really the most important part, right? Like that's what we always remember. Whenever we obtain whatever we was searching for, we always looked at all the crazy shit that we did in between to get to this point, right? And the reason why I say fuck time is because not only when I set a goal out for myself and I showed up every day and gave it my all, I normally got there faster. And not only did I get there faster, I got there more gracefully. And I think that we've all been conditioned to say, all right, I want to reach this goal by this time, right? Even if it's not financial, it could be financial, but I want to, have this job by this time, get this certification by this time, this degree by this time, start a family by this time, right? And what we're doing is we're almost setting ourselves up for disappointment because that's just unrealistic. Like there's so much that can happen in between that can, fuck up our expectations or put us behind that time frame we set, which will make us feel like failures if we don't reach it, right? And it can beat on our confidence and even make us feel like it's never going to happen, okay? But everybody's on their own timeline, and I think that we should act like it. There's no way that we can sit here and trade, right, and say, I want to reach X amount of money in this time. That's outcome-based thinking, right? That's results. That's a results-driven mindset. That's a finite game mindset on an infinite game. And if you want to learn why you're not trading consistently, check out the video in the link above. I explained the difference between finite and infinite games, how you're pretty much playing the wrong game, right? And when you're playing the wrong game, you're playing by the wrong set of rules, wrong boundaries, wrong everything. You're bringing a basketball onto a soccer field, all right, and then get mad when you lose. So go ahead and check out that video. So over the last few months, I had to switch up my mindset when it came to life and trading, right? Where I'm showing up every day and I'm putting in the work, no deadlines, no pressure. And this is what I'm going to be doing every day for the rest of my life. And once you have that mindset that this is going to be a career for you, like trading is going to be a career, that haste, that urgency, that anxiety, right, that rushing the process tends to go away. Just like a 9 to 5, right? When we get a new job, we think about that pension at the end of the 20 years. We think about that retirement, right? So every single day that we, go to our job and we pull up at work, we're not sitting here thinking in a short-term mindset, right? Like we're not thinking, oh, we're going to stay here for a couple months and that's it. If we're thinking about this as a career, not as a job, right? So you got to have that same respect when it comes to your relationships or, your business or trading, where this is going to be a lifelong journey and there is no rush, right? Enjoy the process. You're going to be doing this for the next 10, 15, 20 years. And once you accept that, and that's something that you want to do, that fear, that anxiety, that insecurity, that haste, that urgency that you have to rush the process tends to go away. Because what's this one day, what's this one trade compared to the next 10,000 trades or 50,000 trades over the next 20 years? Is absolutely nothing. In my best month of trading, February 2025, last month, I netted like around $70,000 that month. And the reason why I was able to do that was because I didn't think about the time. I didn't think about, when I was going to take my payout. I didn't think about, I want to make X amount of dollars per day or week or at the end of this month. Every day I went into that trading arena, that session, just trying to execute as consistent as possible, right? I backtest over 1,000 times, going towards 2,000. And the goal was perfection of consistency, right? Perfection of consistency in the process, in my processes, in my execution, not results. To do the same thing, the same monotonous thing every single day, the same setup, the same time frame, the same risk to reward ratio, and whatever the outcome was just going to be what it was. It was fuck the time, fuck the payouts. Everything was focused on consistency of execution and process. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Fuck the outcomes. So that leads us to the question, what can we do to remove time, the time aspect, out of our minds, right? First, adopting this as a career. If you adopt trading as a career, something that you're going to do for the next 15, 20, 30, 40 years, then today is only one page of the entire book, right? Like it's just so it doesn't matter. Okay. So that haste and that urgency and just rushing the process, that short-term thinking begins to fade away the moment you accept that you're going to do this forever. So the second thing is staying in a meditative state. Meditation isn't about being still. It's about coming back to the center. And the center is being present, like not thinking about the future, not thinking about the past, not thinking about what happened previously, and not thinking about the outcome, but what's going on at this very, very second, right? Like if I sat here and I thought towards the future and I'm like, damn, what if X, Y, and Z happen? The chances are it probably won't happen. And if I think about the past, like, damn, I probably shouldn't have did that. That's only going to ruin my mood right now. But if I think about this very second, me recording this video, talking to you, and just focused on what's going on at this very moment, I'm completely fine. Like there's nothing going on. So whenever you start to deviate and think about the outcome or what happened last session, how fast can you recenter and get back to the present? So when your mind drifts off to haste, urgency, anxiety, you want to learn how to refocus and bring it back to consistency, thinking in long terms, thinking in probabilities, and understanding this is what you're going to be doing for the next 10, 15, 20 years, for the rest of your life. Because how can anything that's worth having play out in your favor if you continue to rush the process, if you're over here counting the days, or you're over here forcing the outcome? It cannot, something that's meant for you, right, cannot unfold if you keep on poking it with a damn stick. Third thing is don't make it a big deal. I know it's easier said than done. Because the truth of the matter is we make things bigger than what they are. If you obsess over the results, they will control you. So we need to detach and remove that weight. Then adopt it is what it is mindset, pretty much. It's like the subtle art of not giving a fuck, but in real life. Okay, so what are some daily practices that we can do to remove time from our minds, right? No time meditation. Don't worry about the clock. Just sit there, be present, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Deliberate slowdown. Do things that you normally do, but slow down and take your time doing them on purpose. The next play mentality. Once you finish one trade, don't get hung up over the result. Move on to the next. And then my favorite is flow state training. This is where I turn on some lo-fi, right? And I get lost in my execution. I remove distractions. I focus deeply on what I'm doing and get to a place where time does not exist and I'm just flowing. I probably drink like a Bloom, like an energy drink or something like that. Or if you're a coffee drinker, drink coffee, whatever the case may be. Chase that dopamine hit that you get for doing meaningful work. Live in a meditative state, slow down, kill haste before it begins. Ignite your flow state with lo-fi, an energy drink, coffee. Put your headphones in, lock in, turn off the clock. You play this game forever. And when you do that, you'll outperform any and everybody who rushes. The person who enjoys the walk goes further than the person who rushes to the destination. Time doesn't exist. Consistency does. Play the infinite game, and I'll see you tomorrow.